This is what it has come to.
Look! Out there! They're coming back! Come on! Move it!
Here is where it shall be decided.
Here it is. Greetings from the Humongous.
In a world without gas,
The Humongous rules the wasteland.
I'm gravely disappointed that you wish to take the gasoline out of the wasteland.
Defend the fuel.
We'll never walk away!
Give me the pump, the gasoline, the whole compound.
this is a land that prays for a hero.
Well, if anyone's gonna get in there, it's gonna be you.
This is Mad Max 2. Max,
It's a long time since I've seen driving like that, man.
the warrior of the road.
You're okay by me, pal.
Gotta hand it to you, Treasure. The last of the V8 interceptors.
Every day we get weaker while they get stronger.
You want to get out of here? You talk to me. Now, to do the job, I need some high-octane gasoline. Got yourself a deal.
You can run, but you can't hide!
You're gonna crash or crash through?
I was wrong about you. I'm sorry.
When it's every man for himself. And there's no place left to run. When all that's left is one last chance. Pray that he's still out there. Somewhere. Mad Max 2.
Okay, continuing on the summer of 1982 review of movies, we had just watched The Road Warrior. As Brian has not completely seen The Road Warrior in its entirety.
Until today.
So, as my guest, I'm going to let you go first. What do you think of The Road Warrior?
Well, if you see the introduction by Leonard Maltin, he explains it very well. It is a non-stop thrill ride.
Yeah. Is that you're basing this on the whole Leonard Maltin and
he says it what it is.
Okay, if you have the Blu-ray or the DVD edition of The Road Warrior, there is an introduction as soon as you hit play with Leonard Maltin, and he kind of explains a little bit of the backstory behind The Road Warrior, that it's actually a sequel. It's not a... It was a sequel, but they tried to pass it as if it wasn't a sequel at all.
Because not too many Americans saw the original movie.
Right. It's originally it was going, and there is early teasers where they called it Mad Max 2, but
even the title when you play the movie says Mad Max 2.
Yeah, it says Mad Max 2 on the title, but when you went to see the movie, and in terms of poster and advertisement, they called it The Road Warrior, and still it's called The Road Warrior. And they explained the whole reason why it was called Mad Max 2, why they couldn't call it Mad Max 2, because when the first Mad Max came out in 79,
yes, 1979.
1979, in Australia, it was a huge success, but over here in the United States, not so much because it was dubbed, because they thought people couldn't understand the thick Australian accents. So even Mel Gibson, who's American born, was dubbed. His voice was dubbed over by another actor. But I think it's a fun movie. It is a good thrill ride of a good chase movie. In terms of how does this hold up? It's 35 years old. How does it hold up?
I think it holds up pretty well.
I do too.
And no CG. It wasn't around then.
No CGI. Because even if you watch the new Mad Max Fury Road, there is a ton of CGI in it, but it's used, how they use the CGI was with taste.
Like, you can't do that. That's Desert Storm.
Right. They used the CGI where they needed it, as opposed just to do it. But in this, there is no CGI. There is a couple of scenes where we noticed that the film was sped up, and that was probably to show that this is actually going on a lot faster than what it really was. So they probably sped up the film, or there could have been a faulty camera, but who knows? It's most likely, it looks like the chase is more intense. That's the things they had. You speed up the film to make things look more faster and more intense.
What else to say?
I don't know. But the Road Warrior, it's a fun movie. It still holds up. It's in terms of the R rating. Do you think it deserves it?
Definitely, for that one scene involving a woman being raped.
Yeah,
and killed.
There's a few shots in there it's not a pleasant scene to watch, and that's what's kind of upsetting. I don't think, like with the new Mad Max Fury Road, even it was rated R, but I thought that was far more tame in terms of, there were still some disgusting things in that movie, but this movie, I think, was a lot more
deserving of the R rating.
Deserving. And the reason why I bring this up, because there was no PG-13 back in 1982. So either films were G, PG, or R. That was it. And so this movie hit R. And even some of the violence in the scenes is, it's not necessarily bloody, but it's more like the violence in your mind that goes on. Like when someone's, like it was supposed to be like, there's a scene where some guy's pulled in by the truck and run over it. Well, you don't exactly see a body go underneath the truck. You just see the vehicle go underneath the truck. You know what I mean?
Kind of like with Scarface with the chainsaw in the bathroom scene.
No, you saw that. That was still pretty gruesome. I can't compare that to the Scarface. That was still pretty gruesome. This is like there's one scene where a person is shot with a bow and arrow, and you can tell that this person is going to get shot, and then because it's seen through binoculars, but all you see is the arrow go like that below camera. You don't actually see the arrow penetrating the body. Like when someone's about to get killed, it cuts to it comes real close to then cuts to the vehicle being tumbled over, and it's a real quick cut, and the violence is played out in your mind. See what I mean? Well,
the thing you don't see.
Yeah, but they still managed to show that I think, yeah, so The Road Warrior, I think it's one of The Road Warrior was tonight's movie. Tomorrow, I believe it's Rocky 3. I don't know if you want to be around for that one, but tomorrow will be, I believe, Rocky 3 is the next movie in the summer of 1982. The 35th anniversary of the great summer of movies. So, thank you, Brian, for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
And, of course, he had never seen The Road Warrior in its entirety, so I just called him over and just said, let's watch it. So, from me to you, see you later.